Hello, garden lovers. Yeah, and Jessie too. She's saying hello. I have a confession to make. For the first time ever, I actually forgot to shoot a monthly garden video. It was about a week into November that I realized, hey, I haven't shot the October video. So now we're 2 weeks into November, and I'm finally getting around to it. Luckily, I did shoot some footage back in October, so that's valid. But quite a bit has happened since the middle to end of October around here. We've had an inch or so of a snowfall. We've had hard freezes, hard frosts. Most of the garden is down for the count, with a couple of exceptions that I'll show you. But I'm going to blame this on the fact that I have a new special person in my life, which is a good thing. And you will meet her shortly because she's in the clip that I did back in October. So not to put the blame on her, the blame is on me, but maybe those changes in my life was the reason I got sort of distracted. Who knows? Anyway, enough about that. Let's start with what I did shoot in November, which is the harvesting of the popcorn. So take a look at that, and then before it gets too dark out here, come on back and we'll finish up in here. All right, this is called harvesting the popcorn. And there's probably hundreds of ears out here. And I have excellent hired help. My newfound friend from Newfoundland.
The French maid.
Vanina. And we'll show you the finished product once we get it all piled up and shucked. Yeah. Okay, we think we got them all, and now we're going to husk them all. So, Jolie's in the background in the shade. But this is the shucking operation. Puppies aren't really thrilled with popcorn. It's not like sweet corn, but they still think it might be good to munch on.
Look, they're eating fresh corn.
Yeah. Not quite the same, huh? Kind of tough. And there's Jolie sitting in the sun in her chair. And here is 253?
53.
253 ears of robust popcorn. And there's a shucker. And here's a shucker. Well, you might be able to see that Frankie's still got on his pumpkin scarfie. So we're still feeling a little bit of October before we switch over to turkey scarfies, of course, which will be next on the list. And I'm going to, you can see how low, well actually, sun's gone. So I think actually what you're seeing is the lights on the mini barn that I put up, because now we come out here in the dark, and I walk the pups out here, trying to get them accustomed to doing things outside. Now this is more than you really wanted to hear, so let's get on with what still is going on here in the garden. And as disgusting as that looks, in between the grass and the weeds there are actually chives, of course, that are still harvestable, and we'll probably have some of that for Thanksgiving. The water feature is due to go inside. Hopefully I will do that this weekend. There's still these marigolds survived, but these did not. And Frankie always thinks the water feature is interesting. And I've still got some snapdragons going. They've been going all summer long, so that's pretty good. And then I guess really the only other place that there's actual activity or growth is in the brassicas. And how's this for a surprise? There might be some harvestable Brussels sprouts there. I mean, they're small, but they look very edible, at least on that one plant. Maybe that's the only one. And then this happens to be a cabbage that's planted in the Brussels sprouts row, but it's doing okay. Got a few side shoots of broccoli that are fine, and of course brassicas don't care about the frost. They'll keep going, you know, even when it's snowing out. There's another cabbage hiding in there. They look a little bit chewed, but I think there's I think there's actually usable heads in there, which is what I'm trying to say. I'm not doing very well, but there's the last one. So I got four little cabbage heads out here. Everything else, though, this is where the summer squash was. I forget what was over here. Eggplants. No, beets, I think. No, never mind. Don't listen to me. Who knows? Something was there. Beans are all done for. The first frost does them in. The sweet potatoes, of course, are done. You know what? I don't know if I have a clip of that or not. Anyway, if we do, I'll show it. I don't think we do. And then, you know, this used to be corn, and these were all volunteer tomatoes, and these are all marigolds, and they actually look a little more colorful than they are in real life, because they're all dead. Sad but true. There's the remnants of our snow that we had just a few days ago. I was surprised. I didn't think we were going to get anything but barely a dusting, and we ended up getting a good inch. This is all onions and potatoes. Again, all done for. And you can see snow there, which you don't want to see in October, but this is the middle of November, so it's not too bad. We didn't have any damage from it. This one little lone guy I haven't pulled is a kohlrabi, and except for a couple of holes there, he might still be edible. Then the peppers, of course, are all completely done for. They go with the first frost. The tomatoes were done for anyway, but the remnants of those plants went with the first frost. So this is an exciting tour, going around and seeing everything that's now dead in the garden. That's what it goes. And I guess the backlighting is pretty bad, so no matter how you slice it. These are the free zinnias that I got, and underneath all this stuff is a whole lot of zinnia seeds, all that black in there. So I'll probably pull them and see if I can maybe plant a few next year. This used to be also extra tomatoes that are done for, and all these marigolds that were the only thing planted in this last bed are done for. And just as a follow-up to the popcorn harvest, I'll just run out here right quick and show you what the bed looks like now, because after we harvested all the corn, Fadina and I came back out here a couple weeks later and took down all the corn stalks and bundled them up for harvest decor, and then left the rest around the perimeter, which is what I've been doing these days. So guess who's upset that we came out back without him? No surprise there. Mr. Franklin. And it's a lot darker here than it looks. You can see how bright those lights are on the mini barn. That's the tip-off. But the actual surroundings here, it looks bright out, but believe me, it's getting dark. So we're going to finish up and Oh, excuse me while I come back in. All right. So, let me use this hand, and I'm talking to myself and talking to you and being distracted in general. Hi, Jessie. Let's say hi to Jessie. I don't know if she's had her camera moment. Jessie, she likes eating the snow for some reason. And I don't think it bothers her, so that's fine. There's snow on strawberries. All right, shut up, Marvin. Finish this up. Let's get going. Okay, so it's really starting to get pretty dark out here, but you can't tell it from what you're seeing because I'm looking in the monitor and I can see that it looks very bright, but it's really, quite beyond dusk. So this is, like I say, the middle of November that we're doing the October Marvin Gardens 2014. We have some distinguished guests coming for Thanksgiving. So I think what I'll do is in another couple of weeks, because Thanksgiving is very late this year, we'll do the November video, which won't look a whole lot different than this out in the garden, but maybe we'll have some distinguished guests to do some cameos and etc. while we do the November video. So if you manage to sit through all that, you're a pretty good fan. And yeah, that looks like sunset light on the side of my face there. Is not. It's from the spotlights on the side of the mini barn, because the sun is back there. So, all right. So that's going to do it. This is quote unquote October 2014 Marvin Gardens, and sorry this is so late, guys, and so lame, because it doesn't really show you a whole lot of what October was about. But anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes, and we'll see you next month, which is this month, which will only be in a couple of weeks, maybe less than a couple of weeks, in the November 2014 Marvin Gardens monthly video. And I won't forget this time, I promise. So we'll talk to you later. Oh, and have a great Thanksgiving. We are now officially into the holiday season for the most part, which for me starts with Halloween. And, the trees up in Rockefeller Center and skaters on the ice. And I'm getting about 50 catalogs a day in the mailbox. So we're there once again. All right, I'm rambling again. But you get the idea. Have a great Thanksgiving, because I'll probably post after Thanksgiving. And we'll see you in just a couple weeks. In November 2014. This is October 2014, sort of. Talk to you later. Bye.